Here I'm standing in front of you with another poem from your extended 10th textbook. The name of the poem is Fire and Ice. And again, the writer, the poet of this poem is none other than Robert Frost. Again, this poem is also a very short poem consisting of only 2 stanzas but giving a huge meaning to us. Okay? It poses a question to us. Are we really ready? Are we walking on the correct path which is required for the humanity? So let's learn something from this poem and let's ask this question to ourselves, okay? Whether we are right or need to be corrected. I'll read the poem. You can pay attention to the screen as the poem is also a screen on the screen. Fire and Ice. Some say the world will end in fire. Some say in ice. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction, ice is also great and would suffice. Here, as you can see, a very small poem, okay, written by Robert Frost. Now, once I read the poem, you must have got a question. Fire and ice. How the world will come to an end with fire and ice? That means someone is going to put fire to the world? Or one day because of global warming or whatever, what's going to happen? All the world is going to turn into ice? What is it about? That is what will get the answer, what the poet want to convey us, tell us through this poem, Fire and Ice. Some say the world will end in fire. So according to the poet, he says, some people say the world will end in fire, but some say the world will end in ice. But the poet says, what I have tasted of desire. That means he says he equalizes fire with desire. According to him, fire is our desire. Now what does desire mean? A desire is a strong feeling of wanting to have something or wishing for something to happen. Okay? Now every one of us have desire. But here, sometime in this desire, we don't even think whose heart we are coming, whose emotions we are playing with. We just go on grabbing to just fulfill our desires. Okay? So here, the poet says fire means desire. So according to the poet, he meant to say that our desires are never ending. Unending desire human being has. Once we get one thing, we get diverted to another thing. Once that need is satisfied, we go to another. Okay? So it is never ending chain. So he says that because of this desire, one day the world will come to an end. Now you will say, everyone should have desire to do something. But what do? When we desire, we don't think whose emotions we are playing with. We just become self-centered and we think of for ourselves and try to satisfy our needs. That is why the poet says equivalence fire with desire. Now wildfire, you must have heard the cases of wildfire where once the forest catches fire, it is unstoppable. It becomes very difficult to control. Same way, our desires become uncontrolled. We ourselves cannot control it. Okay? So, at the first place, the poet says, if the world had to come to an end, it will come to an end due to, he says, I support to those who favor fire. But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction, ice is also great and would suffice. Okay? Now again he says, but if the world had to perish twice. Now what do you mean by the word perish? Perish means die. It is already given in your textbook. Okay, otherwise you can note down. Perish means twice. So according to the poet, he is firm enough. If the world is going to end at the first place, obviously a fire. That means desire. Due to our desire, the world will come to an end. But at the second time he says, if the world was supposed to end twice, 2 times, then he says, eyes is also enough. Okay. Now what does eyes signify here? The second line of your second stanza gives the answer. I think I know enough of hate. So he equalizes eyes with hatred, the growing hatred which is there in our mind. As you all know, students, okay, the hatred which we have in the society for everything, if anyone does anything good, the goodness which is there in a person cannot be seen nowadays. The bad things are getting highlighted. That is what he is talking about. He says the hatred is growing very well. We never praise. The word of praises never comes from our mouth. But criticism comes at the first place. That's why we can say a brother killing another brother, his own blood. He doesn't think that much of hatred we are filled with. Forget about terrorism and whatever other things are happening. See in our family, there is jealousy factor going on. There is some nonsenses and nuisances and quarrels going on because of property issues and this, that, and the brothers don't talk among themselves. There is no peace in the house. There is no peace in the family. And that is what the poet says. He says that if the world had to come to an end the second time, the fire, that is hatred, would be enough. The fire is our desire and eyes is our hatred. The more you satisfy these both things, the more they grow. Eyes is the coldness. You must have hold in your hand an ice cube. How you feel? Once you hold it in your hand, your fingers become senseless. That way, our lives have become senseless because of the hatred which is growing in the society. So here, as you can see on the screen, the poet has put forward 2 predictions. Now what is prediction? Prediction means what would happen in the future. So according to him, if the world come to an end, 2 things can happen. And first preference he gives to fire, that is our desire, the greed. The more you try to satisfy them, the more they crop up, the more they grow. There is no end. Fire doesn't have any end. Same way, our desire doesn't have any end, and they spread in all directions. Secondly, the second thing which he compares the world to perish or end is our hatred. Hatred means coldness. Intolerance in behavior. We don't tolerate. If someone is talking little bit something which against your rules and regulations, you cannot digest it. Your behavior leads to cruelty. One becomes hard-hearted and insensitive due to all these things. Okay, so he says to say that for destruction, eyes is also great and would suffice. Suffice means be sufficient. Eyes is also sufficient for us, okay, for the world to come to an end. So, what did we learn from this poem? We learned that according to the poet, the world one day, if it comes to an end, there might be 2 reasons. One is fire and one is eyes. Fire is equal to desire and eyes is equal to hatred. That is what the main motto behind the poet writing this poem. Okay. So what does he say? What does he convey? Don't have these desires. Have desires? Yes, everyone should have. Otherwise, how we will grow in our life? We should have desires, but we should have control on it. It should not be like wildfire. Hatred. Why do we have hatred? What does it give us in return? Nothing. Hatred gives us hatred in back. That is what the poet wants to tell us through this poem, a small poem, Fire and Ice. So I hope it is very much clear to you all with the inner meaning of it. Now let's move towards the main part of it, means what type of questions are being asked. Okay, so let's see some of the figures of speeches. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. So if you see the first line, some say the world will end in fire. So here it is alliteration. Okay, some say, the so sound is repeated more than once, that is some and say, so it is alliteration. If you take both the lines, some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. Okay, if you take both the lines, then some word is repeated, then it will have repetition as well. Okay, figure of speech, repetition. Now the last line of your first stanza, I hold with those who favor fire. First sound is repeated, favor fire. Okay, so again here alliteration. Okay, which figure of speech? Alliteration. Now see the second stanza. If it had to perish twice. Now what does it signifies here, or what does it means here? It means world. Sometimes 1 mark question is being asked in the paper. What does it means? It means world. I think I know enough of it to say that for destruction of ice is also great and would suffice. So these 3 figures of speeches can be asked in your lesson. So the central idea of the poem Fire and Ice, this question can be asked in your examination. I hope this is all clear to you all. Thank you very much.